Hello everyone and welcome to Tips of the Trade. It is wonderful to be here with you again, and I have a lot to share. The world of Zoom. Zoom has been doing some really fantastic things on their platform. We've all been using it for a while, and if you've been listening or watching, you know that as much as I love Zoom, there are a lot of other platforms that I'm also a fan of. But hey, Zoom has done an extraordinary job. The team at Zoom, they've done an extraordinary job in getting us all on board into the digital virtual space, and so grateful for them, and thought I'd spend a little bit of time giving you some updates that you may have missed, some coming attractions, and then specifically, because of course we're about events and creating extraordinary experiences, well, what are they doing for the event space? So let's get right into it. In case you missed it, here's some fabulous updates that I just loved. There's many more, but here are the few that stood out to me and to our team here at Lady Jewel. If you're the host, did you know that you can now spotlight up to 9 videos for all of your attendees? That means that instead of having the full gallery view, you can basically create a short form of gallery view and pin up to 9 videos for your attendees. So if you have several speakers, that helps them stay on screen no matter what. Also, as a host, you can enable your participants to pin multiple people as well. Again, it's a max of up to 9 people. This is especially helpful if there are several people that your attendees need to see along with other people. For example, I'm part of Chat's Toastmasters, and it's helpful when I'm speaking as a speaker to be able to see the timer. And now it's nice to know that I'm able to pin them. Here's the caveat, there's a max on how many people can pin multiple people. So right now, up to 9 people can be pinned, and up to 9 people can have that ability to pin. So it's not everyone that is attending that has that, but it's still really nice. And then again, you as the host, if there are certain people it's important for everyone to see them, you can just pin them for everyone, which is under the spotlight option. So going back to the example of chats, as the host, I would be able to spotlight our timer and for everyone, and then they'd still be able to see other people's reactions. So those are 2 great updates that I'm excited about. Update number 2, well, I guess really update number 3. In case you didn't know, you can actually rearrange your windows now. Before, however someone came into the room was how they stayed, but now you can move your windows around so that you can see who you need to see. Therefore, if you don't have the max amount of people have that ability to pin that's already been taken, well, you can still move the windows around so you can make sure you have the right person that you need to see on that first front screen if you have more than the, say, 25 people on that first front screen. So that's fantastic news. Lastly, for all of our music lovers and those who love doing concerts, in case you missed it, high fidelity music mode now exists on Zoom, which basically gives you professional grade audio quality from one speaker. Meaning if I wanted to play an instrument, I don't. It would be very scary for you. So don't worry, it's not gonna happen. But let's just say for argument's sake, I wanted to play my instrument for you or have a concert. I now am able to set it up on high fidelity music mode so that you can get that professional grade quality through to your end. It does mean you remove some of the other capabilities that Zoom has, but this is where you get to balance and weigh it out, which is more important, the professional grade or taking out the background noise. But those again are some of the great new updates. Just a quick recap. You are now able to spotlight up to 9 people as a host. As an attendee, you can pin up to 9 people if your host has enabled that option for you. You can rearrange your windows so you can see who you need to see, and you now have the option for professional grade audio quality music for one speaker to their audience. Some of the things that are coming soon, as they say, coming attractions. We've heard about it. Well, you may not have heard about it, but a lot of us have heard about it and seen teasers, but coming soon, immersive scenes, meaning everyone having this background of whether you're in a courtroom, which isn't all that exciting, but for teachers, the option of being able to put their students into classrooms and a few other scenes are coming. So I'm actually quite excited to see what Zoom does with that. Also, if you haven't ever played with the option of reactions, go ahead and check them out. Right now you can smile, you can clap, you can, the little horn where it looks like it's blowing out confetti, but you can give reactions while you're listening to someone. Well, they're going to be adding a few more of those reactions and animations and audio, meaning when you choose the clapping hand, you'll actually hear people clapping hands, which is really nice especially if you're doing a speaker or someone. It's just great to have that visceral, both visual and auditory feedback from your audience. So we're excited about that. Coming early 2021 in the waiting room area, you'll actually be able to see anyone's video that's in your waiting room, which gives you added security. That means you actually know who you're letting in to your meeting, which is fantastic. Those were one of the biggest concerns when Zoom really started growing, was the security issues. And so here's another layer of security for all of us in the event world to be able to have that. And then last but not least, recording highlights, meaning Zoom, through, of course, a lot of their AI programming, will now go through your meeting, your event, and pull out the key thoughts from your meeting. So it's kind of like, the highlights reel, but in text form. And so you can just browse through that meeting, you as the attendee, and get all the highlights from it. Now, granted, it's their system, so they're pulling out what they think are the highlights, but it's still a really nice thing in case you don't have time to be able to read that quickly instead of listening to the whole entire meeting. All right, last but not least, online events. So there's Zoom, the way we normally do it, but Zoom also has their webinars and their online events and all of that, and they've got some great things coming out. As I mentioned before, for Zoom participants, classic Zoom reactions, webinars, they're also adding that. So once again, your attendees are able to give great real-time feedback to the speakers of your event and say, hey, we love that, we agree with that, and visually be able to see that. They are also going to be adding customized lobbies. What does that mean? That means you get consistent branding from your email to your lobby to the event all across, so your attendees know they are in the right place and this is the event that they want to be. So it's just consistent messaging across all of these places, which is fantastic. As a marketer and as an event planner, understand the importance of all of those. They're also going to be adding the option what's called the lower third. Basically, this bottom half right here of your video, lower third, they're going to be giving event planners and all of us who create content on their platform the opportunity to be able to add more on that area. So now you can give a little bit more information about your speakers. If they have some things they want to share, that's a great place to put that, their picture. But it's now going to become another area for you to give some more content, which is fantastic. And last but not least, it's going to have its own video as we're playing around with it, is the whole on Zoom virtual event platform. Zoom has launched its own full-on event experience platform. We're excited to play in it. So we're not going to give a massive update except to say, hey, it exists. It's in beta form right now. We're definitely going to be jumping on and playing on it and giving you a specific video or probably multiple about those. So those are our quick updates on Zoom. For our next tips of the trade, we're going to talk about a few of our other favorite platforms as well. So I hope you're having a fantastic day, and we will chat with you soon.